Well, I went to see to the hens, and as I got close to the hen house, they were kicking up such a fuss. They're usually quite calm, and I said, well, something is serious going on here. And when I opened the door, this is what I found. Now, I had my phone with me, not this camera, and it's my first time doing video with the phone, so the video is not that great. We got one hen, two hens, 3, 4, and then he went out in that hole. Yeah, squeal all you want. That should do. It's the only place I got to set up the camera. This is a piece I had sitting there in the hen house all along. Cut off this extra piece here now. Well, I can't get back into there now. Maybe put a piece up there. Now, if that's its only entryway, then I should have him locked out. This one has damage on its neck and it can't move properly. It really only got control over one leg. And this one is just sitting there like it's stressed out and don't want to move because it's terrified. But it's got a wound on its neck as well. You see some drips of blood there. So I'm going to leave them and see if they recover, or if they don't later today, I might come out and find them dead as well. So I have 2 dead that I brought down to the house, and the 3 there that one and the black one I think has a good chance of making it. This one, I think its nerves have been damaged, and so I'm doubting she'll make it. It got back in. And I'm left with 1 hen. So now I have a empty hen house. Not one. The one hen that was still alive, well, there was nothing I could do because I didn't know how the mink got in. I didn't have anywhere to put her. But when I came in the next morning and the mink was back, I noticed he had pushed this away. And you know where I had a staple down here? He had enough strength to push out that staple, or the staple wasn't in strong enough, something. Anyway, this was pushed up and he could come in through, but he can't get out through. So that's why he was still caught in there just then. I have no ends. I'm going to wait now and repair this hen house, make it predator proof, and have the pen done out back before I get more hens. As I do when I'm having problems with the wild stuff. My first reaction is not to bring out the guns and the poison and the traps and the whatnot and declare war on nature. Rather, the question is why? And especially in this situation, why now? There's lots of times I said in the past that the wild animals, they don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Even the rabbits and the meadow voles, they stay out on the meadow area. They don't go into my garden. Back when I used to keep that mold really low and keep it mowed all the time, then the voles and rabbits would go into the vegetable garden and eat the leaves. The voles like the tops of the beets, and the rabbits like the beet tops itself. That's why I did that video on protecting the beets. Found out I didn't need it. The first time I realized it was a matter of giving the wild animals their own habitat was when I put the pile of branches just up from the sunny pot, and at that point I covered it over in sod. The next year I noticed that there were no trails for meadow voles in the grass. That was the same year I started to let the grass, well, initially I mow it higher, then I let it grow till just before, or just as it's flowering, before it can get a chance to go to seed, before I mow it again. But with respect to habitat piles, I've been calling them, so now you know I've got a big pile of branches there to refresh that initial habitat pile for the meadow voles. When I was cutting down the aspen behind the hen house here, a lot of branches I threw down by the hen house to get them out of my way so I could get the firewood out. And in a sense, there's a pile of branches, and I didn't remove them. So I inadvertently had made a habitat pile right against the back of this hen house. Then we have the meadow voles, of course. They've taken up residence there. And as they do, they chew on whatever's around. And they chew on the back of the hen house because, well, it's right there. And they ended up chewing a hole in. Found out there was food in here. So now they're going back and forth. And they make themselves a better trail back and forth. I got a mink there coming in. You know, the hens are gone. It's no good for you to come in here now. You can come and say hi to the camera if you want. If I move, see, you'll run, so I can't show you. He's right up sniffing my leg now. Looks like he's got a bad eye too. Probably fighting with the rooster. He's got one eye gone. So you can only see it of one eye. do you think of it? He's got blood on the tip of his tail. Actually, he's got the tip of his tail round out with no fur left on it. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, the meadow voles. So they were chewing their way in, and they had a pretty good pathway back right here, the spot where the mink came in. And I'm thinking that the mink was probably just chasing meadow voles. And he seen the hole there, and as mink do, oh, I wonder what's behind that. And he went exploring, and he found my hens. If I had not put that pile of branches there, I may not have this problem now. Anyway, live and learn, I guess. Another thing I learned, those hens were so fat. I was feeding them way more than I had to. I took the fat from around their rump. I filled up a 3-pound butter container. Got to put in the freezer, and I'm wondering if there's anything useful I can use it for. If you know about it, leave it in the comments. So, animals is not something that I plan to have part of my channel. I do love hens, and that's why I will always have hens. But my mistake in putting that pile there behind the hen house makes this a teaching opportunity. So I hope you found that interesting. And in the future, when you situate your, whether it be your gardens or your area for your animals, you need habitat close enough that it will draw the predators and herbivores away from your gardening animals, but not close enough that they are practically living with your gardening animals. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.